Today on Good Morning Maine, a street in Milo was shut down for most of the afternoon on Saturday while authorities were in a standoff with a resident.
We'll show you what happened there. Plus, the Augusta School Board raised question to Title IX during a meeting held last week.
And reports say that Governor Mills is expected to announce her candidacy on Tuesday for Senate. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
She's officially making it official.
Yes.
Officially.
And
I'm Craig Colson. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories and more coming up. Hope you had a great weekend, too. We'll also be hearing from the Middle East, and it's an exciting morning over there where all the remaining hostages have been released. Sometime during this broadcast, we may have a live report. We may have to cut away to there because I believe President Trump may be addressing the crowds over there, too.
That is what we heard.
We'll look forward to that. But first, to check out that forecast, and it's looking like a cloudy day ahead. A little rain moving into the area, too.
Let's turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. We have gale warnings and small craft advisories that are posted. The small craft advisories posted until 8 p.m. as we head towards Tuesday evening. Gale warnings up until 2 a.m. as we head towards Tuesday morning. And some surf alerts also up along the coast. An area low pressure really stirring up the ocean as we do move forward in time with an area low pressure off toward the south and west. That's also going to be battling an area high pressure off toward the north and east. So the big ingredient, gusty winds. We are watching some rain off to the south and west, but dry air nearby will make it tough for rainfall to move in our direction. But here's the rainfall to the south and west that will be battling the high pressure just off to the north and east. So I'm going to plot this on. There's low pressure right there. Here's high pressure here, and these two will be battling out for a good part of the week. So moving forward, your hourly forecast today will have clouds, no rain really, but temperatures only into the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
Thank you, Devin. State police responded to a multi-vehicle crash in Hancock. Authorities say the crash happened on the Washington Junction Road at around 9 a.m. on Sunday. 2 vehicles were involved in the crash. Officials have not yet confirmed how many people were in each vehicle or the extent of those injuries. According to Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss, there were no fatalities. The road was closed from the intersection of Thorson Road all the way to Route 1 for several hours as crews reconstructed the scene. State police expect to release more information today.
Meanwhile, Route 192 in Northfield was also shut down for several hours on Sunday morning as crews responded to a multi-vehicle crash there. The Washington County Regional Communications Center reported a serious multi-car crash with entrapment, and it had shut down the roadway. The Maine Department of Public Safety confirms state troopers were on the scene and there were no fatalities there. No other details have been released so far. That crash remains under investigation.
A standoff in Milo shut down a street for much of the afternoon on Saturday. According to Milo police, 45-year-old William Rodney Mason brandished a weapon at an RV repairman during an altercation at around 11:30 a.m. He then barricaded himself inside his residence at 26 Albert Street, creating a standoff with police. Mason surrendered at around 4:30 p.m. and Albert Street reopened just before 5 p.m. Authorities say nobody was injured and no shots were fired in the incident.
We had a suspect involved in that original call. It had brandished a weapon at a mobile RV repairman. The suspect had retreated back into his camper and refused to speak with law enforcement.
The Milo Police Department was assisted by the Piscataquis County Sheriff's Office and Maine State Police Crisis Negotiation and Tactical Teams. Authorities say Mason is being held at the Piscataquis County Jail on multiple charges, including threatening with a deadly weapon.
The Attorney General's office is investigating a police-involved shooting in the town of Turner. It took place Friday night when a deputy spotted Christopher LeBrun driving on the Plains Road. LeBrun was wanted for a felony warrant and refused to pull over for the deputy. He eventually crashed into a tree during a chase, and that's when police say he exited the vehicle and pointed a gun at the deputy. The deputy opened fire and shot LeBrun twice. At last report, he was being treated for his injuries, and Androscoggin Deputy Kurt Fagan is on leave while the Attorney General's office investigates the use of deadly force.
A family has been displaced after a devastating fire in Mattawamkeag. Crews were called to 151 Medway Road just before 4 p.m. Friday afternoon for a fully involved structure fire. That house fire spread quickly into the woods and left the building a total loss. Fortunately, crews were able to get the fire knocked down within the first hour, and Mattawamkeag Fire Chief Jonathan Williams said that there were no injuries.
It was, it was probably a good 45 minutes to be able to go and get it underneath control. Sure. We mainly focused on the woods portion because the house was already damaged severely.
Crews have confirmed the fire marshal's office is investigating. While the cause is unknown, it is important to note that much of the state remains in moderate fire danger.
Well, Maine game wardens are investigating a hunting accident in the northern Maine town of Hamlin. It happened around 3:30 Saturday afternoon, where a group of people had been bird hunting. Game officials say a group of 4 ATVs stopped on a trail when the lead rider spotted a bird and went into the woods to shoot it. They say Danielle Fernald of Freeport was the last in the group. As she was removing a 12-gauge shotgun from a side-by-side, she bumped the butt of the gun against the roll cage of the machine, which caused her hand to hit the trigger. The gun went off and struck 31-year-old Amber Oakes of Brewer in the knee with birdshot. Amber was then taken to a hospital where she underwent surgery and to clean the wound.
A Maine school board on Wednesday night dove into debates over whether to follow the state's lead or President Donald Trump's executive order regarding the interpretation of Title IX. Tensions flared from board members and the public on both sides of the issue. As a word of caution in protest, 2 people at the meeting partially undressed on camera, so viewer discretion is advised. Here's that story.
On Wednesday night, the Augusta Board of Education discussed the matter of allowing transgender athletes to compete in girls' sports. Augusta schools follow Maine's interpretation of Title IX, prohibiting discrimination in public school sports based on sex. President Donald Trump's Title IX executive order bars transgender athletes from competing in girls' sports. A motion on Wednesday night's agenda revisited certain non-discrimination and harassment policies if the state law were to change. Some argue that the executive order does not impact state law. Others said the school system should follow the order immediately, including Augusta City Councilor Kevin Judkins, who cited the possibility of the school system's $3 million in federal funding being cut.
I don't agree with their interpretation of the law. I do believe there's been an executive order. I believe it carries some weight.
Executive order is not the law until it has gone through the process.
What's in the best interest of their students? To follow the executive orders and Title IX as they were intended, to vote to defend our girls and to keep them safe from harm.
Until we have real facts when it comes to what's happening in our schools and the issues at hand, let's move on to education-related matters.
The board ultimately decided to stick to their current policy that follows the Maine Human Rights Act. But the debate continued. A second public comment session was opened, and it was then that 2 members of the public briefly stripped in protest of the board's decision. Over 24 members of the public signed up to speak. The meeting lasted around 4 hours. In Augusta, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, in other news this morning, Senator Collins is continuing to voice strong opposition to the government shutdown. On Friday, Collins leveled her frustrations over the Office of Business Management and Budget's attempt to permanently lay off federal workers. On Sunday, at an event in Bangor, Senator Collins told reporters that there are important issues at hand that need to be addressed involving the Affordable Care Act and the advanced premium tax credits. But she says the first task at hand should be reopening the government.
That is the immediate crisis. There's no need for it. We can work hard on the ACA tax credits and make sure that they are extended and reformed.
Collins was also asked about Governor Janet Mills reportedly entering the race for Senate. Collins says she's always had a good working relationship with the governor. She said, quote, "I don't really have any comments on the Democratic primary other than I think it is going to be very interesting to watch.
On that same topic, reports say Governor Mills is tentatively expected to announce her candidacy on Tuesday and was the top pick of national Democrats to challenge Collins, who has held her seat since 1997. Mills would be throwing her hat in the ring amidst other Democrats, including oyster farmer Graham Plattner, who has been drawing significant crowds at recent events and who has won the endorsement of Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. Democrats are hoping to retake the majority in the U.S. Senate, but would need to gain 4 seats to do so.
A representative from Blue Hill who'd been issued a summons for allegedly attempting to influence another person's decision at a polling place has been cleared of the misdemeanor charge, as we told you last week. The district attorney for District 6 ordered the charge against Democrat Representative Nina Milliken. It was dismissed Thursday based on new evidence. The DA says it shows Milliken was acting in compliance with Maine law. Milliken was also accused of trying to influence another person's decision regarding a candidate or ballot issue within 250 feet of the entrance of a polling place. That was in Blue Hill. Maine's top election official, Secretary of State Shenna Bellows, says Milliken should have never been charged in the first place.
The legislature has made it very clear in law that in fact it is permissible for candidates themselves to introduce themselves to voters at the polls as long as they don't say what office they're running for or ask for their vote.
Bellows says friends and family members of candidates can also stand at polls and introduce themselves so long as they also don't mention the office their loved one is running for, or if they can't ask for a person's vote.
The Maine Warden Service is highlighting the efforts of 2 of its own who located a 91-year-old man in the woods near his home as freezing temperatures were starting to set in. According to Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife spokesperson Mark Laddie, 91-year-old Varmer Thompson of Edgecombe lives alone at his home but has caregivers there during the day. Thursday, when his caregiver arrived at 10 a.m., Thompson was not there. The caregiver grew concerned and called the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office. Game wardens, sheriff's deputies, and the Edgecombe Fire Department searched the area. At approximately 5:40 p.m., Game Warden Chad Robertson and K9 Storm located Thompson in the woods. They say he was disoriented and sitting on a stone wall with one shoe missing. Thompson was examined by emergency medical personnel and then later was released to his family.
Glad he's okay. Boy,
Yes.
The wardens do a great job
They
with him,
do.
too.
The time now is 6:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Pound the Pavement Color Run drew nearly 400 people to the Bangor waterfront.
We'll take a look back at that, but first another check of that forecast. Today we'll see some clouds moving into the area. It'll be mostly cloudy and breezy with highs near 58 degrees. Mostly cloudy with a chance of rain overnight, lows dropping down to the low 40s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with rain, highs around 61. We'll be right back.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% APR for 72 months when you finance with GM Financial. Or current qualified lessees can get this Silverado pickup for around $369 a month.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of
Carroll Drugstore, Coastal Auto Parts, Napa, Maine Paving, Moosehead Motorsports, The Black Sheep Restaurant, The Emporium, Spooky Goods and more, Varney Auto Group.
This is my playpen.
I get that, Your Honor.
Perfect.
Judge Judy never misses a beat.
Weeknights at 5 on ABC7.
Spin the wheel, the prizes shine. Vanna smiles as letters align. Wheel of Fortune, Ryan's here. Weeknights at 7, play at home and cheer. Guess the phrases, shout out loud. Join the fun with the ABC7 crowd. Wheel of Fortune, games and play. Catch the excitement every weekday. I'm Bethany from St. Albans and I'm a wheel watcher.
Welcome back, everyone. It was a sea of vibrant colors along the Bangor waterfront Sunday for the 13th annual Pound the Pavement to End Cancer Color Walk and Run. The event drew around 400 people and kicked off behind the Sea Dog Brew Company. Throughout the course, participants are doused from head to toe in colored powder, and all the proceeds go directly to the Purple Iris Foundation, a local nonprofit that supports people and families affected by cancer. Their goal this year is to raise about $30,000 to benefit families during the long winter months. According to founder Chris Parrish, the event also aims to spread positivity during times that can be very dark.
This has really become something that people look forward to. It brings the community together, and we laugh, we cry, we hug, and I think people look forward to it and seeing the same people every year.
The race is in honor of Brenda Badger, who died from pancreatic cancer in 2014. This year also featured a Pound the Pavement Junior Mad Dash of Color for kids. To learn how you can also donate to the cause, you can visit the purpleirisfoundation.com.
A ranch in Orrington is raising funds to further their mission of providing equine therapy experiences. Our Callie Warren takes us to Reigning Hope Ranch.
Basically, it just takes the therapy that you would normally get in a clinician's office, and it gets you outside with the horses.
This ranch doesn't look like your typical therapist's office. But Reigning Hope Ranch Director Jenna Balarjan says her nonprofit's horses and other animals can offer incredible support to those facing challenges.
A lot of our horses are rescues and have come from challenging pasts and have been mistreated. Oftentimes, and for them to be able to interact with people in a safe place who sometimes share similar experiences, there's an empathy and a bond. It helps not only the horses to reconnect, but it's also helping the people form those connections and relationships as well.
The ranch's horsemanship students and therapy clients say they're grateful for the healing these horses provide.
What kind of things have the horses help you overcome?
My stress and anxiety, and a lot of other stuff, but stress and anxiety is the most.
And the personal growth that working with the horses can afford. Those at the ranch learn how to care for the animals, whether they ride horseback, perform grooming, or simply spend time with the steeds.
Well, I've been having evolutions of grooming the horse, different areas, making sure to know where to groom, learning their feelings. In the arena, I've learned a lot.
The ranch welcomed their 5th annual Fall Festival on Saturday, a family-friendly event and fundraiser to keep their services going.
One of our biggest barriers right now is we're lacking an indoor riding space.
For more information on Reigning Hope Ranch or to donate, visit the story on our website.
We're constantly planning and thinking ahead as far as where we're going to go, how we're going to continue to meet the needs of the community.
In Orrington, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
What a wonderful place there.
It looks so fun.
Yeah.
The time is now 6:18. After the break, Sugar Shacks across Maine celebrated Maine Maple Fall Fest over the weekend.
We'll give you a look at that. Plus, a nor'easter is moving up the East Coast, set to impact New England with heavy rain. We'll have those stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor, and your home for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Come watch the game with us and have an appetizer combo. See us for game day specials. Fans, food, fun, seasons.
Time to get clean!
Yes, but that liquid detergent leaves you covered in harsh chemical residue. Not Earth Breeze. Just one sheet gives you a powerful clean.
Switch now at earthbreeze.com.
GMA this week. From The Bear to Springsteen to GMA, Jeremy Allen White is live on Good Morning America. And just wait until you hear what he has to say. And this morning, it's Reese Witherspoon live right here on Good Morning America.
On November 4, Mainers will be asked to vote on 2 important statewide questions. Can't get to the polls? In-person absentee voting is available through October 30. Or ask your municipal clerk to send you an absentee ballot, which must be returned by the close of polls. Every Maine citizen has the right to vote, so make your voice heard on November 4. Brought to you by this station, the Maine Association of Broadcasters, and the Office of the Secretary of State.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor, and your home for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Come watch the game with us and have an appetizer combo. See us for game day specials. Fans, food, fun. Seasons.
Welcome back, everyone. In New England, fresh maple syrup is a must for those with a sweet tooth. While we are a long way away from harvest season, that didn't stop a handful of sugar shacks across Maine from enjoying a Maine syrup weekend.
Allison LaPierre brings us the sights, sounds, and tastes of the Maine Maple Fall Festival.
Maine maple treats with a touch of autumn. Yummy. This weekend, the Maine Maple Producers Association hosted the 6th annual Maine Maple Falls Fest.
It allows people who wouldn't normally get a chance to see a sugar house, who maybe are visiting from away, to come see our maple operations.
Alan Green owns Green Maple Farm in Sebago. He says the Fall Festival gives him and other maple producers the chance to connect with New Englanders and educate the community about the business.
They have a lot more opportunity to ask questions and just be able to enjoy a sugar house without us running around trying to make syrup while they're visiting.
The Fall Fest focuses on autumn foliage and maple-themed treats. More than a dozen sugar houses across the state participated this year, including Parsons Dairy Farm.
Today is Maine Maple Fall Festival, and we're open to the public for basically a Maple Sunday.
As part of the festival, Parsons Farm hosted antique tractor plow days and a craft market.
Walk back and forth from the vendors and all the old timers on their tractors, and it's a blast. You get to learn a lot.
And of course, there was all types of different maple treats for all ages, including this delicious maple fried dough.
It gives everybody an opportunity to see something that a lot of folks have never seen.
Event organizers also host Maine Maple Sunday at the height of maple season on the 4th Sunday in March.
That was Allison LaPierre reporting. You can almost smell the maple syrup bubbling away there.
I like watching how they do all of that, like the donuts, the cotton candy. Really fun.
It's fascinating, and it's even better when you get to eat it, too. So.
Let's turn things back over to meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Already, we have advisories posted. This right here is a small craft advisory that is up until 8 p.m. Tuesday, as we are watching some active surf. Gale warnings up until 2 a.m. on Tuesday along the coast, so it's a little bit worse there, and some high surf alerts along the coast. We have gusty winds that's really stirring up the ocean, courtesy of low pressure to the south and west, and high pressure to the north and east, so a tight pressure gradient creating the gusty winds. Look at the surf right here. It's really bad at around 9 to 13 feet, anywhere with the buoys nearby, 18 feet farther off to the south and east. This green and yellow really indicating where the surf is definitely very active this morning. So we definitely have rain to the south and west, but notice it's not making it farther off towards the north and east. That is why we have high pressure to the north and east, sending dry air in our direction. And there's that area low pressure to the south and west that is causing rain to develop in places like New York this morning. So as I zoom the radar in, high pressure is what's sending that dry air in our neck of the woods. That will keep us dry today, but further off towards the south and west, that low pressure center is why we're seeing a lot of active surf, and with high pressure to the north and east, tight pressure gradient equals gusty winds in our neck of the woods today. So futurecast again, we're going to stay dry today under a mostly cloudy sky. We may see a little bit of rain tonight, but it's going to be hard to get that. Otherwise, we may see a few breaks in the clouds as we head towards Tuesday morning, but otherwise moving forward on and off clouds, some rain opportunities as we head towards Tuesday night, but notice on and off breaks in the clouds as we head towards Wednesday morning at times, but otherwise gusty winds at times reaching up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Notice we may see those ending as we head towards later on tonight into parts of Tuesday morning, so looking pretty interesting as we do move forward in time. Upper 50s on this Indigenous Peoples Day, mostly cloudy and breezy, northeast wind at around 25 miles per per hour. Overnight tonight, lower 40s, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for rain, and a north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, we do have lower 60s, mostly cloudy, some rain showers possible, north wind at around 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Company. So Wednesday will be under a mostly cloudy sky with a slight chance for rain showers, highs in the upper 50s, and then low 50s coming up for your Thursday, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for rain showers, and then mostly sunny Friday with highs in the upper 50s.
Tired of worrying whether your credit will hold you back from getting a car? At Down East Credit Union, we believe everyone deserves reliable transportation, even with less than perfect credit. Let us guide you every step of the way. If your credit score is under 670 or you've had setbacks like bankruptcy or repossession, that doesn't mean you're out of options. We'll help you get pre-approved, guide you through car shopping, and work with you on a plan to rebuild your credit. Reach out to Down East Credit Union today. Let's get you on the road confidently.
Carpets looking tired, stained, or just plain dirty? It's time to call the pros. At C&R Carpet Cleaning, we use deep steam technology to remove dirt, odors, pet hair, and allergens fast. Fresh, clean carpets, healthier home. That's the C&R promise. Visit our Facebook page for a free estimate or call us today, 631-7380. Step into clean with C&R Carpet Cleaning.
Davis Brothers Furniture is expanding. At Davis Brothers, we've always strived to stand out from the rest, and we are now proud to offer flooring for your home, featuring both carpeting and luxury vinyl flooring. We even have an installer in-house with over 30 years of experience. Come see the reason people have been traveling from all over the state and beyond to Davis Brothers Furniture in Guilford for decades. Davis Brothers Furniture, deliberately different, delivering statewide.
At China Walk on Broadway in Bangor, we're serving up your Chinese favorites. Our food is delicious, our staff is friendly, and our service is fast. Open Tuesday through Sunday, call ahead, order online, or just stop by. Enjoy our indoor dining for the full experience, or get takeout that the whole family will enjoy. We'll make sure your cravings are satisfied. China Walk on Broadway in Bangor, where tradition meets flavor.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
President Trump is in the Middle East this morning, preparing to speak before Israel's government after meeting with the hostage families in Israel. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has more.
This morning, President Trump landing in Israel to meet with hostage families and address Israel's government before traveling to Egypt for a world summit on ending the war in Gaza.
War is over. The war is over.
Today, Trump is expected to meet with the Egyptian president and more than 20 other countries with the goal of agreeing to a peace plan moving forward.
I think it's going to hold. I think people are a lot of reasons why it's going to hold, but I think people are tired of it. It's been centuries, okay? Not just recent, it's been centuries.
Among the topics discussed includes how Hamas will disarm and who will be responsible for rebuilding, securing, and governing Gaza. Israel has said it will not agree to end the war until Hamas disarms. It comes as celebrations erupted in Tel Aviv in what has become known as Hostages Square. Families in tears as the families of hostages anxiously awaited their loved ones. One mother of an Israeli hostage became emotional on her way to a meeting point to see her son after more than 2 years.
I'm so excited. I'm full of happiness, and it's hard to imagine how I feel this moment.
As part of this first phase of the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas, 20 hostages believed to be alive are expected to be released today. The remains of 28 hostages who died in captivity are also expected to be returned. In exchange, Israel says it will release nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. The Red Cross now in the northern Gaza Strip, where hostages are being transferred into their custody. Israel and Hamas will reportedly not be a part of today's summit, leading many to question the effectiveness of any agreement that doesn't include them. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
In other news, a nor'easter is moving up the East Coast, set to impact New England and bring strong winds and rain to Massachusetts. This will be a slow-moving storm as it runs into an area of high pressure coming from the north. A steady light rain was present Sunday evening, which will eventually shift northward and turn to heavy rain and downpours throughout the day today. Rainfall is expected to range from 1 to 4 inches throughout Tuesday, with 1 to 2 inches in the western half of the state and 2 to 4 inches in eastern Massachusetts. Localized amounts of 4 inches may target the southeastern part of the state as well.
Well, President Trump's administration reverses some layoffs at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Health and Human Service officials say hundreds of scientists at the agency were reinstated after receiving incorrect notifications of their firing on Friday. Officials say some of the employees were never separated from the CDC and are not part of the reduction of force as a result of the nearly 2-week-long federal government shutdown. The American Federation of Government Employees reports 700 workers were reinstated, while about 600 remained laid off.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, Habitat for Humanity volunteers took part in building a home in South Portland on Saturday.
We'll tell you all about it as Good Morning Maine continues.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
You know, we can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
I'm born to do this. It is my true passion. I stare into the dark at night and dream about it. On game day, muscles twitch and my mind races. I live for this. It's my calling. I am an American bucking bull. And this is my sport. The Professional Bull Riders.
PBR Bangor bucks into Cross Insurance Center January 2nd through the 4th. Tickets at pbr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
It's bull time.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Monday, October 13th, 2025, and it is also Columbus Day.
This holiday celebrates the time in 1492 when Italian explorer Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas. However, it has been the subject of controversy because of his horrific acts against Native Americans throughout his life as an explorer. In 2019, Maine became one of the states that decided to observe Indigenous Peoples Day to recognize the resilience and diversity of Indigenous peoples instead of honoring Columbus. It's now one of 18 states, along with Washington, D.C., that also does this.
I think I saw a few days ago President Trump signed an executive order declaring that it is Columbus Day, but a lot of people want to stay with that.
Right.
Yet it's up to the individual states to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on with history now. It was on this date in history back in 1775 the Continental Congress authorized the nation's first naval force, the precursor to the modern United States Navy. In 1792, the cornerstone of the Executive Mansion was laid by President George Washington during a ceremony in Washington, D.C. That building later became known as the White House because its white gray Virginia freestone contrasted strikingly with the red bricks on nearby buildings. President John Adams would later become the first president to live there. In 1860, James Wallace Black took the nation's first aerial photos while flying in a hot air balloon above Boston. And in 1960, the U.S. government began its trade embargo against Cuba.
In 1972, a Uruguayan chartered flight carrying 45 people crashed in the Andes Mountains. In order to stay alive, the survivors resorted to feeding off the remains of the dead until they were rescued more than 2 months later. It has been resurfaced as the Miracle in the Andes and has been the subject of books and films. There's been actually quite a few films and documentaries about that.
Just fascinating. Kind of makes you wonder how you would respond.
Right.
I mean, this was a rugby team. They're up there in the just terrible conditions. And
sad.
What do you do?
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
In 1983, cellular mobile phone service was made available to the American public for the very first time.
And they were huge, too.
Were they?
Yeah. I remember the first ones we had, and they were a great big battery and everything. And then you could only use them in so many places, too.
Very different now.
Very.
In 1999, in Boulder, Colorado, the John Bennett Ramsey grand jury was dismissed after 13 months of work. They said there wasn't enough evidence to charge anyone in the 6-year-old beauty queen slaying. And in 2016, singer Bob Dylan was named the winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature.
All right, for birthdays today, they include actor Sacha Baron Cohen, who is 54 today. Musician Paul Simon is 84. And musician Marie Osmond is 66 years old today. Happy birthday to them and to you also. If your birthday is today. Marie Osmond, remember her? Oh, well, you weren't around then.
No.
The Donnie and Marie show. It was way back in the day. So she was pretty famous.
Yeah.
Still is. So.
Let's turn things back over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, let's get into things this morning. We have gale warnings and small craft advisories that are posted. The small craft advisories posted until 8 p.m. as we head towards Tuesday evening. Gale warnings up until 2 a.m. as we head towards Tuesday morning. And some surf alerts also up along the coast. An area low pressure really stirring up the ocean as we do move forward in time with an area low pressure off toward the south and west. That's also going to be battling an area high pressure off toward the north and east. So the big ingredient, gusty winds. We are watching some rain off to the south and west, but dry air nearby will make it tough for rainfall to move in our direction. But here's the rainfall to the south and west that will be battling the high pressure just off to the north and east. So I'm going to plot this on. There's low pressure right there. Here's high pressure here, and these two will be battling out for a good part of the week. So moving forward, your hourly forecast today will have clouds, no rain really, but temperatures only into the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
Thank you, Devin. Volunteers spent their Saturday building a new home as part of Habitat for Humanity. Employees of the engineering and environmental company, WSP, took part in a build on Sunset Avenue in South Portland. Volunteers got to work at the construction site on Saturday, and WSP says Habitat for Humanity is a cause they are committed to. They say it's about revitalizing neighborhoods and creating more opportunities for affordable housing. 15 volunteers took part in Saturday's build. Organizers say this is just the latest build on Sunset Avenue. Still to come here this morning, Jack Webb with sports.
Don't go away.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor, and your home for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Come watch the game with us and have an appetizer combo. See us for game day specials. Fans, food, fun, seasons.
A fourth-generation family-owned business, Hammond Lumber Company is proud of two recent continuing traditions. For the 5th year in a row, Hammond was named one of the best places to work in Maine. And for the 3rd consecutive year, Hammond was selected as one of the best companies to work for by Business New Hampshire magazine. Find your opportunity to join the Hammond team at hammondlumber.com. Hammond Lumber Company, always striving to provide the best for their employees and their customers throughout Maine and New Hampshire.
It's coming. Winter will descend. Be ready and save on one of Toyota's 23 snow-conquering all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models during Toyota's all-wheel drive-a-thon. Now, from the longest-lasting brand, you could get best ever 4.99 for 60 plus 500 bonus cash on a Prius hybrid with an up to 567-mile total driving range. Winter is approaching, so save at Toyota's all-wheel drive-a-thon at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor, and your home for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Come watch the game with us and have an appetizer combo. See us for game day specials. Fans, food, fun, seasons.
Gotta be the best to beat the best, so we must be the best. Eyes on the prize when we in it. We can't see the rest. We stay on the grind when we in it. We don't need a rest.
Welcome back in, folks. Thanks for staying with us. A charity disc golf event was held in Orrington on Saturday. The event was held at DR Disc Golf in Orrington in collaboration with the Brewer Federal Credit Union. The event was played in a team tournament style, and all proceeds of the event are put towards a hunger relief fund courtesy of federal credit unions around the state of Maine. President of the Brewer Federal Credit Union, David DeFrostia, says that they have hosted events such as this since 1990, and being able to provide for his community is something he does not take for granted.
Credit unions are about community, so we're giving some business to a local enterprise, bringing our own members out, and then the monies raised will be redistributed back into the same community that they came from. Well, it means our members are tremendous supporters of us. We're there to support our communities, bring everybody together, and the fact that they'll rally around and help us help others is tremendous.
The event was scheduled to start at 1 p.m., but members of the community were lined up at the first hole box as early as 11:30. Part owner of DR Disc Golf, Ryan Enman, says that he is proud to see the support being provided by his community for his community.
I think it's a great opportunity for DR Disc Golf, and as a former school principal, I was able to see how much these funds are needed in the schools and out in the community, so it's wonderful to be able to be part of that. And so when we put the date out, they sign up and they come. It's wonderful.
Really, I think any event like this that helps especially the local community, I think is really a good thing. Honestly, I think more people should be doing it.
Great event out there in Orrington. Maine football is looking to ride their win streak into the bye week. They traveled down to Merrimack to take on the Warriors, and man, was this a battle. Late in the first quarter, the Black Bears on the goal line, and they handed off to who else but Nick Laughlin. His first touchdown on the ground this season gives Maine a 7-0 lead. But under a minute left in the first, Warriors QB Aiden Pereira launches one over the middle to Seth Schweitzer, who takes it all the way to the end zone for the score, and now we are tied at 7. Later on in the fourth, the Warriors facing a 4th and 15, and you're thinking they're going to punt. No, the punter, Mike Ryan, takes off and gets the first down for Merrimack. How about the guts on that call? Unfortunately for them, they ended up turning it over the very next play, and that sets up Maine from the 1-yard line later on, and Carter Peavy, he can do it himself on the ground too. He increases the lead to 20-13 for the Black Bears. Now the Warriors need 98 yards on this drive to tie, but Pereira throws a pick to Devin Vaught, and he takes it down to the 1-yard line, and Maine wins this one 20-13. Now back in Bangor for some Division III college field hockey as the Husson Eagles hosted the Plymouth State Panthers at home. Getting things started in the second quarter, a nice pass from Maddie Perkins finds Avery Baker in front of the net. She's able to get off a quick reaction shot for the goal, give the Eagles a 2-0 lead. Not long after, though, the Eagles will have the ball again, and this time a bouncing shot in front of the net is covered up by Natalie Merrick, who keeps it at 2-0. Now the Panthers are going to be on the attack here, and a pass that could have been turned into a goal is knocked away by Baker. A nice defensive play there, but the Panthers kept fighting, and they get on the board here with this corner attempt. It's Cassidy Legger who takes advantage of this one, finds the space, and is able to put Plymouth within 1. But after halftime, the Eagles took control, and again, it's Baker finding the back of the net on this snipe from long distance. The Eagles hold on and win 5-3. Let's close it out with the Bruins now, who got a win the other night over the Blackhawks in their home opener in overtime. The goal was scored by third-line center Fraser Minton, who was acquired last deadline in a deal with Toronto for D-man Brandon Carlo. Minton is a highly thought-of prospect that teammates and coaches are starting to notice more and more every game as he becomes a fan favorite. His line mate Tanner Jeannot had high praise for the 21-year-old star in the making.
Yeah, I mean, he sees the play really well. He's been really good to play with. You know, having a centerman that, you know, is smart on the ice and sees the play like that, it definitely really helps. So, like I said, just going to keep building, keep talking with him and Micey, and we're just going to keep getting better.
That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Autumn is here. That means winter is just around the corner, and so are higher energy bills. But when Washington tried to cut critical heating assistance to thousands of Mainers, it was Senator Susan Collins who rescued it. A fierce defender of the program, Senator Collins has secured $700 million in funds to help Mainers afford their heating bills, providing essential help for those on fixed incomes. Call, thank Senator Collins, and ask her to keep fighting and winning for Maine.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore. It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of
Central Equipment Company, Harvey RV and Marine, Healing Strength Massage, Ideal Energy Solutions, Maine Paving, the Bangor UPS Store, Twin City Tile, Worcester Enterprise.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we've all heard about the Maine Veterans Project and how they've been working tirelessly in recent years to help Maine veterans with a variety of projects. They're always coming up with new things to do, too, and that's what we're here to talk about today. We're joined now by Doc Goodwin. You're responsible for all this kind of stuff, along with a lot of other people. You get a lot of help. And Ed Davis, right? You are a local MMA fighter.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's start with you. What do you have going on? You're teaming up with MMA to do something special.
Yeah, so the New England Fights has built quite a promotion, bringing amateur and professional MMA fights to the state of Maine.
Right.
Twice per year, they bring this promotion to Bangor, and this year, being so close to Veterans Day on November 8th, they wanted to partner up with Maine Veterans Project to bring a special type of event for veterans.
Really? Give me the details on that. When and where?
So November 8th, right at the Cross Insurance Center, they've got a really awesome promotion there. In fact, Ed will be fighting. We're partnering up with them. They're going to give us 5 cage-side seats to give out to veterans. Ed gives out 22 tickets to 22 veterans. It's, you know, we bring a big crowd with us, and it's just a very special event to get people out of their homes during a potentially otherwise sad time of year.
Right. You know, what does this mean to people like you to do something like this? It's going to be huge.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy it. Giving back to the veteran community really kind of helps the soul, and it's something I've been doing for 5 pro fights now.
Really?
Everyone. Yeah, we pair up and we do the tickets and we get them out, and we all have lunch together the day before the fights.
What do you hear from the veterans?
They just enjoy it. They enjoy it a lot. They enjoy getting out of the house, having fun, especially, you know, that late fall, getting ready to go into winter.
Right.
When everybody's trapped in their house.
Everybody's
for
a little
6 months.
edgy. And, yeah. And afterwards, do you get to see where some of this money goes and how it helps and that kind of thing?
You know, typically it goes into the heating fund mostly, and then you know, just getting them out.
So long after you're done fighting, you know that it's helping them and they're staying nice and warm in their homes.
Yes.
That's got to mean a lot to you, too. I mean, you see people, since I remember watching this when it all started, it was kind of a little thing, but it's just exploded over the years. You've done everything from buying cars to veterans, putting roofs on their houses, and it's got to feel good doing this.
Well, MVP is a very malleable organization. We try and wow, that was a big word for a second. we try and conform to what the needs are for veterans. So you'll see big food efforts and stuff as the economy starts to tilt a little bit. We try to pick up where that leaves off, and suicide prevention is the overall gist, but there's so many different creative ways you can go around it, and involvement and just being part of something is a really big thing right here. You know, with the fights.
Yeah. Why do you do it personally?
I do it personally because
it's a lot of work.
Well, I myself am a client. Not a lot of people know this, but I talk about it openly. I moved home from San Francisco, California, literally homeless because I had just PTSD'd myself into alcoholism, and now here we are, on the other side of that. I kind of recognize some of these things. It took me 10, 12 years to figure it out. We're hoping to fast track that for other veterans so they can just get back on the right path quicker.
Sometimes it just takes a friend or friends in this case.
Yeah, 100%, and especially friends that are willing to get punched in the face.
That's good. I always wonder how you guys do that. I could never do it myself. It's got to be something in you. You just like the competition.
Yeah, it's. I look at it like any other sport: tennis, basketball, baseball. It's all kind of.
They don't get hit in the face, though, Ed.
That's minor. You just close your eyes and pray.
Do you? Okay, that sounds great. All right, just to remind them, when and where is this going? It's going to take place at the Cross Center.
Yeah, the Cross Center, November 8th, and I will say this only comes to Bangor twice a year, so for our civilian friends, I would not sleep on the tickets.
Right.
For our veteran friends, we're passing out the tickets now. We'll be putting out word on more of those to come up.
And I'm sure you can always welcome more donations along the way for people who just want to support the cause.
100%.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in today. I think it's a great thing that you're doing, and look forward to working with you in the future and let people know how they can help out.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Greg.
Now we're going to send it back over to Devin, I think. We're still waiting. We might hear from President Trump at any moment, but in the meantime, we're going to send things back over to Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Already, we have advisories posted. This right here is a small craft advisory that is up until 8 p.m. Tuesday, as we are watching some active surf. Gale warnings up until 2 a.m. on Tuesday along the coast, so it's a little bit worse there, and some high surf alerts along the coast. We have gusty winds that's really stirring up the ocean, courtesy of low pressure to the south and west, and high pressure to the north and east, so a tight pressure gradient creating the gusty winds. Look at the surf right here. It's really bad at around 9 to 13 feet, anywhere with the buoys nearby, 18 feet farther off to the south and east. This green and yellow really indicating where the surf is definitely very active this morning. So we definitely have rain to the south and west, but notice it's not making it farther off towards the north and east. That is why we have high pressure to the north and east, sending dry air in our direction. And there's that area low pressure to the south and west that is causing rain to develop in places like New York this morning. So as I zoom the radar in, high pressure is what's sending that dry air in our neck of the woods. That will keep us dry today, but further off towards the south and west, that low pressure center is why we're seeing a lot of active surf, and with high pressure to the north and east, tight pressure gradient equals gusty winds in our neck of the woods today. So futurecast again, we're going to stay dry today under a mostly cloudy sky. We may see a little bit of rain tonight, but it's going to be hard to get that. Otherwise, we may see a few breaks in the clouds as we head towards Tuesday morning, but otherwise moving forward, on and off clouds, some rain opportunities as we head towards Tuesday night, but notice on and off breaks in the clouds as we head towards Wednesday morning at times, but otherwise gusty winds at times reaching up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Notice we may see those ending as we head towards later on tonight into parts of Tuesday morning, so looking pretty interesting as we do move forward in time. Upper 50s on this Indigenous Peoples Day, mostly cloudy and breezy, northeast wind at around 25 miles per per hour. Overnight tonight, lower 40s, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for rain, and a north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, we do have lower 60s, mostly cloudy, some rain showers possible. North wind at around 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Company. So Wednesday will be under a mostly cloudy sky with a slight chance for rain showers. Highs in the upper 50s, and then low 50s coming up for your Thursday, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for rain showers, and then mostly sunny Friday with highs in the upper 50s.
Time to get clean!
Yes, but that liquid detergent leaves you covered in harsh chemical residue. Not Earth Breeze. Just one sheet gives you a powerful clean.
Switch now at earthbreeze.com.
Your local professional, eco-friendly office space partner is WVII Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At WVII Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Get ready, Bangor, for the music party you'll never forget. It's Dueling Pianos at the Gracie Theater, Saturday, October 25th. Put two sharp-witted, incredibly talented singers on stage, add two pianos, and the result is a fast, funny, unforgettable show. From classic rock to country to your favorite hits of today and yesterday, Dueling Pianos can be summed up in a single word: fun. Dueling Pianos, one night only at the Gracie Theater, Saturday, October 25th. Tickets at 941-7888 or gracietheater.com.
Hold on to your hearts.
And prepare to be moved.
It's dedication night on Dancing with the Stars.
I've got my family in the audience. I'm doing it for those guys.
Should be proud of yourself.
Dedication night on Dancing with the Stars, live ABC Tuesday.
Welcome back, everyone. A walk for a good cause happened at the Bangor waterfront on Saturday morning. The 2025 Walk to End Alzheimer's brought hundreds of people together to both support one another and help raise funds to end the disease. The event included a Promise Garden ceremony, a 2.2-mile walk where people carried flowers of various colors, each representing their personal connection to the disease. The event raised over $50,000 for support and research efforts.
Such a wonderful thing they do every year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
ABC is standing by for the president's address. He is getting ready to talk to Israel's version of a Congress over there. At any minute, they have a few other speakers right now, but as soon as that happens, they'll break away there, probably on our Fox channel too.
Yep.
So thanks for being there.